All right, I'm gonna film it coming apart this time, and we'll see how easy it really is. Take out these 4 screws, which come out relatively simple. Now, I gotta take a mental note here as to how I know when that trip arm is in the right position relative to the timing mark on the cup here with the spring in it, so that I don't put it in 180 degrees off again. So let's think about that for a minute, of how we can make note of that position. Let's see, I'm going to turn this thing a little bit. I got to get the stupid thing to come out. I'll just manually take it out. Okay, so the notch has to be like in the center of that trip arm, essentially. It can't be on the other side of the mag. It's got to be in the center of the trip arm. All right, let's take this screw out of this side. That should be my 4th screw. So now I got this little punch here. Where did I put it? Here's my hammer. Where's my punch? Here it is. I'm just going to put it on the other side of the shaft and gently tap it. I don't want it to fly across the room and land on the floor. It comes right out. Bam, simple. So now I'll loosen my vise up. Take this mag out of the vise. Again, I'm going to wrap this up with a towel or something. Open my vise up more. And then we'll put this into the vise. And we'll take that nut off. My 3/4 inch socket again. Okay. Come on. Okay. Oh man. All right, let's see. That's off. Now I'm going to gently lift up on that cup. There we go. Trying not to get the stupid spring to unwind, which it partially did. Shoot, that's the first time that's happened. So let me wind this thing up a little bit. I'm actually going to put it back on the shaft and turn it to tighten it. And then we're going to try to get everything pressed down in there. Okay, there we go. So maybe what I got to do, oh, what do you know? Let me reposition the cam here. Sometimes I impress myself even. Check this out. Okay, you see this big, like, gouge out of it over there? That's got to be what our problem is. It's got to be that gouge has got that arm sticking to it. So how do we fix that? That's the question. Can we grind it smooth with a grinder? If you look at the other side here where it was 180 degrees off, it's perfectly smooth all around. And I don't know if you can see this, but the actual diameter is not the right word, the width of this metal compared to the width of that metal, it's much thinner. So this thing must wear down over time. I think I'm going to attempt a redneck fix here, which is going to be, let's put the grinder stone on the Dremel and try to smooth out that little crevice in there. If that works, then I'm going to call it fixed. If it doesn't work, we have two choices. One is that we eliminate this timing mark here and just make a timing mark on the other side. That would work. Or 2 is that I take one of these out of parts mag. I'm trying not to consume parts here. I'm trying to run what you brung, if you know what I mean. So let's try to grind that thing smooth with the grinding bit and see what happens. All right, let's see what we can do here. Don't mind me, I'm freehanding the camera with my left hand and using the Dremel with my right hand. So let's see what we got. you get the idea. Let me finish this up off cam. All right, so I got it much smoother. I'm not going to say it's perfect because the issue here is that I'm making this material thinner by grinding it. I don't think I really took off too much of the ID. I'm just trying to smooth that thing out so it didn't get hooked in there. And I think I've accomplished that. So let me put it back together and see what we got now. All right, so it's all back together again. And let's see, I got the plug rigged up. Got my jumper wire of my alligator clips on. If I turn it, I got my timing mark in the right spot. So let's see what happens. It's hard to turn these things. Ever mention that? Let's see. Well, it came out again. That's good. Man, it is hard to turn. Got spark still. Let's see. Arm came out. That's good. Arm came out. Arm missed. Arm came out. Arm came out. Arm came out. Oh, this thing's tough. Oh, it's really hard to turn these things if you've never done this before. Arm came out. Arm came out again. Arm came out. Maybe we got it. I think we might have gotten it. Now, that lag angle that I talked about with the timing marks up here, that basically dictates where this thing is for the impulse stop. So if you look at these timing covers again, like there's this mark up here, that's the timing mark. Some of them have two marks. One mark is like where the impulse spark is, and the other is where the spark is when the impulse drops out. And for those of you that don't know this, at low RPM, the impulse is there. That helps. I think it actually retards the timing when you start it. Then at higher RPM, that thing drops in and it spins without the impulse, and the timing, I think, advances a hair. Oh, the alligator clip shot off. So we're going to put this turd together, and next step is trying to put it on the tractor. Now I've got the cover back on, and you can see that there's the mark for the timing, and there's the mark on the case for the timing. It's just hitting that right now as the impulse is going off. So that thing launched the alligator clip, but it sparked. And if I turn it again and I get towards that impulse, it's engaging. So when I took the mag off the machine, I timed it with, I like to have the mark back a little bit before 12 o'clock, maybe relax it to 11 or 10 before you take off the mag, because when I get this thing about where it is right now, if I turn it to here, there's spring tension starting. If you get it before the spring tension starts, it's a lot easier to install the mag back on the machine. So we just got to put this cover back on the front, and we actually have to make a spark plug wire for this thing too. But we'll put this cover on. I think we should be in good shape. Cool. Well, before we totally say it's done, I put the cover back on. I got my alligator clip going in there so it's touching the copper. Let's see if we got spark now on this turd. Let me reposition over here so maybe you can see better. Let's see. All right, ready? There we go. We got spark. We're good to go.